booties for black girl nerds.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm your host, Ryanne Bennett, and this is season 2 of Batwoman, just premiered. I'm so excited. Javicia Leslie is Batwoman, aka Ryan Wilder. So cool. I hope she brings a little bit of Paris. If you don't get that reference, check out Family Business on BT Plus. That's something else she's in. But anyway, back to Batwoman, season 2 here. By the way, Ryan Wilder is a new character to the comic book world, which gives the showrunners, us fans, some excitement. It's just a lot of brand newness, if that's even a word. I'm making up stuff for this show, for this season, which would be cool. But this past year, it did make Ryan Wilder character did make a debut in Batgirl issue number 50. So this is going to be dope. This is cool. So we should note that season 1 is a little bit shorter than it was expected to be because of the pandemic. Also, we're all well aware now, or if you're not well aware, Kate Kane, played by Ruby Rose, is no longer part of, or Ruby Rose is no longer part of the series. Obviously, that's why we got Javicia Leslie. So I'm going to kind of break down and kind of give you how we get from her in season 1 into season 2, what I think they're kind of trying to do, because it was abruptly quit, exit out of the show because of COVID. They didn't get to do the last few episodes. And also too, about Ruby Rose, I don't know if some of you guys have kind of been following the news that she kind of left as well. I thought it was important to mention. I think she might have been going through some kind of back surgery, recovery from back surgery that she was dealing with, and that's a lot of physicality, on these sets and everything. And just maybe some other stuff on set that kind of wasn't jiving well with her and filling out this role. But yeah, she did her thing season 1. I'm so happy to have this melanin now going in season 2, Javicia Leslie in the box. So I'm hoping to, trying to be a little cautious. I'm hoping this is just the first episode, but hopefully we'll get to see this completely become Javicia Leslie's world and get to see her in this suit and her kicking butt, for all us little nerdy all the black girl nerds inside of us, and all the nerds have always wanted to see more and more superhero black women out there in front. And so I can't say that enough. It's so important to have this diversity in that. And so I'm excited to see where they go with this season. So anyway, getting back here to how we start off season 2. Also, I want to note too, before that, the villains for the season. Black Mask, be on the lookout for that. Sophia, she's come up a lot in season 1. She'll be a villain. Alice Crazy Tail is back, which we know was Kate Kane's stepsister. I'm not stepsister, twin sister. And she's been on this vendetta of how she's going to kill Kate Kane. So she's back as well. So we have all these, some new villains, some old villains. We're mixing it all in for season 2. So episode 20 was the last episode of season 1. Kate Kane was in this kind of hard spot because there's still, as it always go with some superheroes, there's still some people in their personal lives, still some people close to them don't know their superhero identity. So Kate Kane's dad, Jacob Kane, is the commander of the Crows, which is like this kind of, they do good as well, but they also kind of play outside the line of, like, than law enforcement can really do. But basically they're good, trying to help the city of Gotham. So Jacob Kane has a major issue with Batwoman because he ties Batwoman to his other daughter, Alice, who both of them there's this constant battle between the both of them. So he automatically just links both of them with the dangers and badness that goes into Gotham, just to put the story short. So we have that relationship. So Jacob Kane does not like Batwoman. That's tearing up Kate Kane, who's already having an issue being Batwoman because she had her first kill in season 1. And so that's been weighing on her. She doesn't think she deserves to be Batwoman. She now knows her dad will probably never accept her if she ever comes out as Batwoman, to let him know. So then there's that piece. Also, there's this little pesky rock called Kryptonite that we all know that can hurt Superman and Supergirl, but it could also the only kind of device or rock, whatever you want to say, that can penetrate the bat suit. So that's another thing that was out throughout season 1. They were trying to figure out how to eliminate any piece of kryptonite that Alice or any of these people that's trying to come after Batwoman can get their hands on. So keep that in the back of your head for how this season starts out. Also, too, Alice, who we know has the gift of being able to create new faces, giving people these new identities, basically to fit her whole plan, has turned the villain Hush into a fake Bruce Wayne. And now she's using him as part of her other plan to basically kill Batwoman, which always continues to be her plan because she cannot let it go that they left her a long time ago when she was a kid, which is a whole other story. So, refresh your season 1 if you need all that. So let's get into my rant about season 2. some things that were cool, some things that kind of lagged that you're like, okay, I'm hoping this will continue to go. This will pick up in episode 2. But overall, I did enjoy the episode because, like I said, I am mad loving that there's some melanin up in this bat cave and we need to keep this going. So I want to see what happens. So the episode was entitled What Happens to Kate Kane? Obviously, we're coming off a season when they have to explain. The showrunner Caroline Dries mentioned that she was going to put in there how what happens to Kate Kane. Like, we're not going to be left in the dark because everybody knows what's going on behind the scenes. So she has to figure out how to explain, okay, where's Kate Kane? So we open up with Ryan Wilder, Javicia Leslie laying in a van, all cozy as she can be, whatever. This is kind of a tricked out van here, a lot spacious than it kind of looks from the outside. But anyway, she's having this kind of dream already about, we later find out this is her foster mom, not her biological mom, but her foster mom that she's kind of dreaming about here with them going to get a place. And all of a sudden she's woken up out of this dream state because planes and stuff are crashing. A plane comes crashing down beside her, this big loud boom. We cut to Luke and Mary, our favorite duo to have down in the Batcave that always were like a major support to Kate Kane. And I cannot wait to see the Ryan, Luke, and Mary team go together because I heard some really cool stuff here and Javicia do some lives and everything. So that'll be a cool relationship to watch. But anyway, we have Luke and Mary trying to find Kate because they got these planes just automatically dropping all over the city, different places. They can't find her. Apparently, Kate has went on this trip to go see Supergirl because she wants to figure out if it's okay for her to destroy this little piece of kryptonite that she still have left. Because, like I said, we've now figured out kryptonite can penetrate the bat suit, and so they're trying to get rid of all the pieces and everything like that. Luke, the main part in it was trying to find out this plan to get rid of everything. So there you go. There we have that. So they can't find Kate. They can't find Kate. All of a sudden, throughout all the research, they have all the texts and all that kind of stuff. We learn that Kate was in the plane that crashed down beside Ryan, which is also going to explain how we get to see her go up and find the bat suit. And we already get to see this cool, curious, interesting side about Ryan because, well, I guess anybody would pick up the bat suit, but she's kind of like looking it over like, oh, okay, I know what I could do with this, which is very interesting. I guess I was expecting a little bit more hesitation, but hey, it's the bat suit. Who won't want to try to pick it up and try it on to see what it's about? So she picks that up, and then while we have that going on, we also see Alice kind of standing over looking at the crash because now we have the crows, we got Sophie, we got all these people now looking for her, trying to figure out what happened to Kate. So we see Alice looking crazy, unhappy, like she usually does, like she up to something. So we're gonna figure out about that. We also got fake Bruce, aka Hush, aka Tommy Elliott, the worst, going around pretending to be Bruce. Everybody's excited, thinking he's back. Well, not everybody's excited. I guess I shouldn't say that. Luke, of course, is Luke Fox, of course, is glad to see him because he's thinking, okay, it's been 4 or 5 years. You're coming back. Maybe you can help me find Kate. But we're all in the audience thinking, oh Lord, he's let all this, but he's letting Bruce into the bat cave. He don't know it's not Bruce. So yeah, poor Luke goes through it throughout this episode. It's crazy. So we have that episode. Then we get to cut back to Ryan and she's sitting in, it's not like not necessarily a therapy session, but probably like I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of now, probably like a officer or something that's kind of try to monitor or make sure she comes back into society, right? Because we do find out she is she's been in prison before, so somebody to kind of acclimate her back to society, make sure she's following all the protocol and all that kind of stuff. So we end up finding out that she used to teach martial arts, which is super dope. You're going to need that as Batwoman, obviously. She has some court fines she needs to pay off. And like I said, she's an ex-con because she was framed some kind of dope involved situation that I'm sure is going to keep expanding. Which, if you guys remember too, when this came out, the story came out, a lot of people were didn't know how they felt about her having that dope or the drug storyline, her being the first Black female to take up this role. It seems they're playing it fairly even kill. I don't know how I feel about it either. I felt like she could have just came out. Sometimes you're like, can't the Black women just come out popping? How we know Black women to be with these different layers. But having the bat suit, having the bat women, even Batman, they always come from this struggle, this behind this past that they're trying to run from. So they found a way to play it in character. We'll see. Thoughts still reserved on that, how it goes throughout the season. So we find out that she's ex-con. We have all that, or not an ex-con. We find out she's been in prison. She's dealing with. We obviously know something's happened to her foster mom before, but we haven't quite put all those pieces together. So we cut to Sophie and Julia, who we know are now in this kind of, I guess, sort of a relationship. They kind of got involved the last half of season 1, and pretty much Julia, like she be kind of bouncing from person to person, because she was with Kate for a little bit. They had a little thing going on, so we got to keep our eyes on Julia. We don't know what's going down over here, but Sophia and Julia, cute couple, kind of talking it out here. But Julia is now being accused by Sophie in this moment that we see that Sophia, who we still don't know a whole lot about. We know she's a villain. We know she's got a lot of players here in Gotham, but we still don't know exactly what she has caused or what has happened. So we have Sophie, like, she's hurting, trying to figure out what happened to Kate, because we all know there was that love there between her and Kate that was never fully realized and never really talked about between the both of them. So she's thinking Sophia might have had something to do with, and Julie brought Sophia into, her life, because she was being stalked by her, and now Sophia has probably killed Kate. So there's some tension between them for sure in their new relationship starting out. We get this nice moment though between Mary and Jake. Mary is also, for people that don't know, is the stepdaughter for Jake. So they have this really nice, cute bond where she usually tries to pull him back because he goes off the deep rail again, and try to help him make, smarter decisions when it comes to Cade, and some of his past stuff. So yeah, it was kind of cool to see them have a nice father daughter moment. So then we cut to a bathroom or whatever where Ryanne is, and she's suiting up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we get to finally see Javicia Leslie suiting up in the suit. I mean, we've seen, like you see behind me, we've seen the posters where she's in the suit, but actually get to see her put it on is really cool. It still feels a little bit like a Kate Kane feel to it, which I'm ready for it to kind of shake it up a little bit. But we kind of take our baby steps, I suppose, because everybody's still kind of reeling off of Kate Kane and how that kind of blends in. So anyway, we get this flashback as she's suiting up, and we kind of see what's going down while she's having these flashbacks. What's wrong? What's going on with her? Apparently, these you see these bad guys on her flashback just beating her, kicking her, and everything as she's putting this on, because she talks about not wanting to be powerless, wanting to have this symbol, wanting to do something. She's tired of feeling like that, so she takes off in the bat suit, and we see her run up on some bad guys that she's trying to get some information from. The most hilarious part ever is Ryanne needs a manual for this suit. She doesn't know anything she's doing. She's pressing all kind of buttons, getting propelled up into the air, coming back down, flipping. She has no idea what's going on. She does use some badass martial arts skills, which is cool. But the only right thing she does in this moment is, or I guess depending on how you look at it, she signals, she turns on the tracker for the bat suit. So now Luke now knows where the bat suit is and how to track her and everything. So that's the one cool thing she does there. But yeah, it's a little rough seeing Ryan Wilder in this bat suit. She doesn't really know how to work it, and what's really going down with that. So we have that moment. We cut back to the fake Bruce, Tommy Elliott, making his tale at home, got the ladies up in the bed, doing whatever he want to do. And I'm like, dude, really? And so, of course, Alice shows up because she not getting ready to take all her work, make you a face, and then you get to do whatever you want to do. You know good and well, you under her stride, she going to make you do what she want her to do. So she shows up, and of course she's mad because she didn't get to kill Kate Kane. Not, Kate Kane is dead and you don't have to worry about it or missing or whatever. She wanted to kill her because, we worry about, I worry about Alice. Just a lot of crazy going on, a lot of crazy. So yeah, she's upset. She didn't get a killer. She comes to Tommy Elliott, fake Bruce, and like, look, I'm gonna stay here with you. I'm working on something else. She goes through her whole plan of how she wanted Jake, Kate's dad, to be the one to kill her with the kryptonite and all this stuff, yada yada yada. And then, by the way, while they're having this conversation, she randomly throws a blade or whatever, kills one of the girls that the fake Bruce has her that he's sleeping with. I'm like, okay, so we just gonna keep killing random people, like what? So she just kills, basically showing both of these people are cuckoo crazy. So yeah, somebody need to get them locked back up in Arkham whenever they can. Although we know Alice, ain't nobody locking Alice up. She ain't staying nowhere. But just a thought to throw out there. because they're going a little bit crazy. But yeah, so we have that little moment. We're gonna cut back to Sophie and Julie because again, Sophie and Julie have these really awkward moments, like you, because you're kind of excited because of season one they started this kind of relationship, although it was still awkward because it was like Kate was still around. Now it's awkward because Kate is gone and Sophie is like, you could tell Sophie is stuck in the middle of, she really loves Kate, but you got a new girlfriend now, and they used to be in a relationship too. Yeah, this is a whole like hot mess going on here between the both of them. But they're over at Kate's place trying to find clues, which makes it even more awkward because apparently Julie knew some things that Sophie didn't know. Like there was a safe that Kate had a lot of stuff hidden in. So yeah, just more awkwardness. So we're gonna cut to maybe like a little bit lesser awkward moment, but Luke and Mary end up finding Ryan through the tracker in a suit. And Ryan starts listing out all the stuff that she's been through. Her mom died in childbirth. She's been in prison. She's basically like, look, I'm pissed off. So, and I want to find my foster mom's killer, and y'all not getting this bat suit back till I do it. Basically this whole exchange about getting the bat suit back and who it belongs to and all that kind of stuff. But Ryan ain't having it, so she takes off. Then we're gonna go to somebody who is not happy to see that fake Bruce Wayne is back, or Bruce Wayne is back, period, is Jake Kane, Kate Kane's dad. So fake Bruce Wayne, heads over to the Crows facility headquarters to meet up with him and basically rats on Alice, like, Alice is at my place, hey, come get her. So you like, okay, what is this dude up to? What's going on? But he was already a snake to begin with. So I'm like, can you really trust him? Is anybody really shocked? So we go from there and we have this moment where Javicia seems to have calmed down a little bit. We have her reading about Kate's backstory, Kate or a Batwoman coming out, Kate coming out, her having a bar. Mary is reading about Ryan's history, about her mom dying, all the struggles that she's been through, needing a chance and everything. And we kind of get this cool kind of collaboration of, you kind of see each of what makes either of these women Batwoman. Each of them not realizing how much of a hero they are, how much they would mean to people to be able to see them. Ryan is basically just like, okay, I'm out of my league. I don't deserve this. Kate was a hero. And Mary is kind of starting to realize, hey, well, Ryan might can step into the suit for a little bit. She could be Batwoman. It's kind of turning her head a little bit about what's going on. Meantime, poor Luke, as I told you, who's going through it here, Mr. Luke Fox, is going through this episode, blames himself for Kate's death. And Mary, who you'll find out to like towards the end, is basically keeping everybody together. She goes and comforts them, trying to keep them together. But yeah, I feel really bad. The Bat team here is taking a hit really bad throughout this episode, where it's just a lot of like Luke trying to doubt himself, Mary trying to keep everybody together. So yeah, this episode was definitely a rough one for the fans as far as emotions and everything, and trying to get all this confusion and everything going down figured out. So Julie, so Luke and Kate end up, or I'm sorry, Luke and Mary end up coming to the Crow headquarters because Julie has now found out that fake Bruce is Tommy. So finally, everybody now is like, okay, I'm like, Jesus, finally, because I really thought they want to let this guy go a couple episodes and nobody realized he's the fake Bruce, and they showing him all the keys to the kingdom, so to speak, all the secrets and everything. And I'm like, y'all, it's not Bruce. There's times where he pauses, he don't know how to get in the back cave. It's like, come on now, but everybody's in their world of grief and everything. So I guess we kind of get there eventually, but everybody's just kind of trying to figure out, what's going on, and I guess how to deal with this sudden disappearance of Kate Kane. So like I said, Julie finds out Bruce is Tommy. Tommy, meanwhile, while they're trying to put all these pieces together, is back at the Bat Cave. And guess what? Batmobile on the scene. It was so cool the way. Now, I hate that Tommy was the one that found it. They could have did away with that. But the Batmobile was supposed to be revealed in season one, but COVID-19 slowed that kind of stuff down. So we get the Batmobile. Sick ride. Like, you guys know I love a badass car. So dope to see them bring out the Batmobile. I cannot wait to see Javicia in that instead of somebody like Tommy Elliott trying to steal people's lives and everything. But anyway. So we finally get the Batmobile, which is cool. And he's also, another thing that kind of sets us all in motion is here. Not only has he found the Batmobile, but he found where Ryan is with the Batsuit, because Ryan activates the tracker because she's like, okay, I don't deserve to be Batwoman. I'm not the hero they think I need to return this suit. So he now has the location of the suit. He's taking a Batmobile. He's on his way to go because, of course, he wants a suit so he can be Batman. You can already take the fact that you already fake Bruce Wayne and nobody has said anything yet. You got to take it to the limit, as these bad guys tend to do. So he's on his way off to go get the suit from Ryan. Jake comes to Wayne Manor and he's looking for her. He ends up finding Alice playing the piano because she just does random stuff because she's crazy. So she's over there playing the piano, doing her own little thing, and she ends up revealing to him that Kate Kane is Batwoman. And I don't know why, like, I was still shocked, I guess, because like, I guess people are gonna have to find out because the way the story is gonna go. Kate Kane is no longer is not gonna be, the majority part of Batwoman going into the season. But I guess it was a little moment like, okay, she finally told him. Not like he was really believing it though. So she's basically like, okay, well, you don't believe me, go put up the bat signal and you'll find out. So we leave that off there. Jake, still in more confusion as if he ever was. So now we're back to the van, the real tricked out van Ryan has. She's woken up again because apparently Ryan cannot sleep in the show because she's woken up again, and the bat by Luke trying to warn her through the bat suit. So another kudos for having a bat suit, even though she has no reason how to work it because she wouldn't have known he was coming. Well, also it's kind of getting her kid. It's kind of getting him chasing her or something. I don't know. We're gonna figure out. We're gonna get her manual. We're gonna get her manual for this bat suit eventually. So she gets woken up again. She's being chased by Tommy. Ryan and Mary are trying to talk to her through the suit, trying to communicate, help her go through this. They realize, okay, she's in this tiny van. How's she gonna run on what's going down? He's shooting off bombs and everything, blowing things up. So Luke is, thanks to Mary's idea. Mary, by the way, has some really dope ideas that sometimes people ain't trying to listen to her because she's into the other. They're thinking she's not as tech savvy, but girl got some ideas. So she tells Luke to hack the Batmobile, which thank God, because I was like, Lord, if he mess up this Batmobile, this is the first episode we done got it into, this fool. So they're able to take control of the Batmobile. And what I thought was cool too about the scene is, when he gets out the Batmobile, he's looking for Ryan. He shoots Ryan, and you like, oh God, like we know she don't know how to use a suit. Maybe the suit done got worn out and then distracted. We thinking, Luke and Mary pretty much find out that he does have the kryptonite bullet. So you like, oh God, well, is Ryan already, what's happening here? And so, but Ryan apparently was pretending to be dead, which kudos to her. Like she's finding out all these little cool niches and stuff or ways to get around stuff, to survive. And it's, she's had not a whole bunch of spirits in this suit, kind of in this environment, even though we know she's been through some struggles, some things. So that's cool. She's pretending to be dead. And all of a sudden we get this amazing fight scene, her showing off her skills, beating Tommy's butt. The only thing I will say though, that we know that the crime is going to go down in and Gotham is going to be late at night. I'm a little worried. I don't know if it's the way the suit is the first time. The lighting, the lighting in these superhero things, everything you want to be able to see, even though it's going to have that low light to it, that low tint because of the time of day it is, it's night and everything. You kind of don't see as many of the features and stuff of Javicia, aka Ryan Wilder, fighting in the suit. It might be because it's still sort of Kate Kane's suit, so it's not fully taking over her. It's not fully her. So maybe that'll kind of, as we go throughout the season, kind of clear it. But yeah, I just want to put that because you guys know how I am about the lighting in these, especially when you have black cast members, maybe majority of black cast. So hopefully, I'm not trying to, I don't want to get too hard and harpy on it because it's our first episode, but that's something I'm definitely going to keep my eye on because we're going to have those night scenes. Things go down in Gotham in the nighttime. So, that's just one little thing because, I'm always paying attention to fight scenes that I kind of notice. But yeah, no worry about Ryan not being able to defend herself. Homegirl goes in and she literally beats Tommy Elliott's face off. And you can see her taking a little bit of aggression out. Something was welling up inside of her. And so, yeah, she, and then, he really messed up when he broke that plan. I forgot to mention that during that fight, dude reached out for that. I was like, dude, do not touch that plant. Cause she has this plant that she always kind of that's just her way of her channel of talking to her foster mom that's passed away. That was really important to her. So yeah, I was like, homeboy messed up when he grabbed the plant, but so yeah, got his face beat off literally. And so there you go. There you have it. End of Tommy Elliott. We hope, because I don't want to see this dude no more. So aggravating. And I need Alice to quit making these faces for people to try to help her out. So there's still, we kind of end there with this notion of, okay, we're still looking for Kate. You guys know how the super universe work. I'm thinking maybe down the line, some seasons, maybe they bring Ruby Rose back. Maybe we get a little cross collaboration thing happening. I don't know, far off in the future, because I know they have to get Ryan Wilder settled into this back game. So we'll see how that goes. But we don't really get a clear. We get some answers of where she was and what kind of happened, but you don't really get a clear, like, she dead, she disappeared. And so you kind of see these different scenes of, you got Sophie reads a letter from Kate, which is really heartbreaking. Her telling her she loved her revealing that she's Batwoman. So you see her welling up in tears. Jacob Kane finally realizes that his daughter was probably Batwoman, because he lights up the bat scene when nobody comes. We see Mary finally having her breakdown moment. She's crying on the bed. So yeah, a lot of just really sad moments of people coming to the realization, is Kate dead? She disappeared. She's not here anymore. What are they going to do? Where are they going to pick up the pieces? So in the process of Mary trying to tell Luke, because we're going to go back to Wayne Enterprises, and in the process of Mary, like, hey, maybe Ryan can do this. Like, I know it's Kate's suit and everything, but maybe Ryan can help us out. And Luke's like, no. Kate is Batwoman. We're not doing that. Ryan comes in and just drops off the suit. He rushes, looks through and everything. They see the bullet hole within the suit, and they're like, well, so you're fine? I thought the kryptonite was supposed to kill you. And she was like, no, I'm fine. So, she just has her moment where she's like, look, I'm not the hero. Kate was a hero. I'm sorry. Here's your suit back. She leaves. Okay, into that. Then we cut to Julie and Sophie. Julie has this moment where she asked Sophie if she was in love with Kate. And which is actually I kind of got cut down to that part, but that was actually still part of the montage of everybody trying to figure out what's happening to Kate. We kind of still get these sad moments as we kind of wrap up the episode of everybody trying to come to terms with that. So yeah, that was another little thing I meant to mention earlier between Julie and Sophie. They did have that moment where Julie was like, hey, do you still love her? Like, what's going on here? Because there's obviously some tension with them. So we'll figure out how their relationship goes going forward, because that's kind of where they ended. And so going down to the very last here, almost last here, Alice gets a note from Sophia, this mystery villain that we're trying to figure out what's going on with her, basically pointing out that, she has something to do with Kate's disappearance. It's going down. Basically like a little call to action to Alice, because Alice crazy. She ready to fight, ready to go anytime, any day. So she's like, hey, there's a war coming to Gotham. So good thing we don't have a Batwoman anymore. And of course, she's going to curl up to her dead brother, Mouse, who she had a whole bunch of boxes of stuff covered up over in the sewer. She's not crazy. Anyway, so then our very, very last thing here that we have is Ryan. We see Ryan sitting on top of the van, and she's vowing, talking to the plant her foster mom gave her, and she's like, look, I'm going to do whatever I can do to be the right thing. And then all of a sudden we see her kind of wince, hold her shoulder over here, up here, and she's like, and kind of look down, and we notice there is a bandage. So she's trying to play Miss Tough woman, and that nothing is hurting. She just walks right out. But we see the green kryptonite seeping in, and I'm like, oh God, what is that gonna do? If not, eventually, if it doesn't try to kill her, is it gonna do something crazy, kind of give her some other kind of extra power? So like I said, this is interesting world that we're into. Ryan Wilder, not that known in the comics. That was everybody's big complaint in the beginning. They weren't really understanding where the character was coming from, what the name was. So it's so many ways they can go. So we're just going to keep following along on this journey. I'm going to keep ranting and raving and bringing you guys all the recaps. Thank you so much for listening to me rant. Hopefully you enjoy this episode. Let us know what you think about the episode. And so, yeah, so everybody stay healthy, wear your mask, stay safe, and yeah, let's keep rocking. Let's keep riding this Batmobile throughout the season, shall we? All right, thank you guys so much. Bye.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.